Right, welcome. Thanks for joining again. We're back at Spa. 2 hours this time. I haven't checked, but there's a lot of competitive splits out there today. Test some. You're all having a good start to your weekend? I'm gonna see if I can see any more, but leave it where it was. It's another day at Spa, but the weather's completely different. Colder tires, colder air temperature, colder track. And I believe we're top split. I'll double check, but I think this is top split. Excuse me. Got the fan on today. So I think it's gonna fly the air up a little bit, but so this is 2 hours. It was advertised as 90 minutes, but I believe it's come through at 2 hours. We'll check all of that in a moment. 90 minutes would be perfect, but 2 hours we'll run if that's what it is. The thing I'm not 100% sure about today is how far the car can go before the tires give up. Cooler track in theory means they'll go further. We'll have a little bit more pace on track, which will... well, we'll wait to see. I've seen some very quick times in these conditions, but I don't know what my actual pace is going to be today. Thanks for being here. I think you're having a lovely start to the weekend. We've got the real life version of this happening right now, the 2024 season. I've been watching the first hour. I'm going to go back to watching it ideally after this race, or if it's a disaster, then as soon as we're sent to the pits. I'm hoping we'll stick it out. Also, this is the biggest lobby/event I've done for a little bit, and I'm hoping, based off yesterday's stream, we don't have any issues with performance. I didn't see a single car tripping with the CPU or anything like that yesterday, so I'm just kind of hoping we're just as good today. Decision I haven't made is strategy, whether I plan for 2 stops and sprint, or whether these tires are good enough to make it a 1-stop race. Full fuel could make it a 1-stop. We've got about an hour's worth of fuel. So the simplest strategy is to do 2 1-hour stints. I think we'll know after about 40 minutes whether that's a good plan or whether I'm going to box tires and keep sprinting. Of course, not getting killed by hypercars is the main aim of the game. especially ones that don't want to wait. So eyes in the mirrors a little bit for that. Hopefully all is well with the stream, with the sounds, so on and so on. Right. That was just some sighting time for me. I don't know how my pace is going to be today. I'm hoping off the back of yesterday we can carry on with a good pace. Right. I'm seeing a mix of softs, mediums, all sorts going on. The big difference is the track temp is very low. Like less than 20 degrees. We've got 75% rain predicted as well. That I haven't. None of the practice sessions have had that weather, so I haven't had much prep. We're gonna go into quali. I'm gonna go out on dries and just have a look at the track. Right. Oh. I'm not seeing much sign of rain here, so yeah. Oh. However, the track appears to be slicker than slick, so visually I couldn't see a thing, but in the car, instantly suffering there. Did I change anything else right now? Probably not. I think we just need to go and get a feel for this. So we got clear. Oh, look at this. We've got clear weather. Oh, I don't like the look of the puddles. It's kind of revealing holes in the graphic settings right now. I always lower them to stay alive in big lobbies, but look. Okay, I might have to turn the setting up if we're going to get rain. That's going to be distracting. Wow, here goes something. This is going to be a absolute shot in the dark here, I think. Right, here comes the spray, maybe a bit of rain as well. I'm assuming cold wets on a very cold track are going to be very difficult to... Wow. This is a learn as we go experience then. So the practice sessions were all cloudy but dry, which gave me false hope that the rain was pretty low chance. I think TC is going to go up here. I'm going to need some serious tire warming strats for this. Look at that. I'm locking up on like half braking. I mean, this is a minefield for me. Anyone who's practiced in these cold, wet, scary conditions is going to be flying. What an introduction back to Split 1, huh? Kind of conditions where the race could be over in like 2 laps. I think it might be reflection settings I need to improve. I just don't want to tank my CPU either. Let's see how it looks after a lap or 2 and I'll decide for the race. It's these conditions where I want to be able to max the settings because it's so atmospheric. Tires appear to still be refrigerated. I guess I can do another lap to try and get some, I guess what they call core temperature in. And if we can get the core temperature, I stand a chance of holding some heat. But also for this, so this is like a special event one-off to match. It kind of mirrors the real world series. All of the off tracks are super strict. The stuff you might get away with in the shorter lobbies and the weeklies are more harshly like punished. So track cuts are far easier to get either invalid laps in quali or safety penalties in the race. I am so scared of this car around this corner right now. Now, I may change the setup, yes, but good to see you, Foxy. Welcome. I kind of need the car to be in the zone before I judge it. It's very hard to get it in the zone now. I think I'm going to have to drag my brakes a bit. At the same time, a valid lap could be half the battle here. Just in case we start to try and push it and don't keep it off track. How's your weekend? Oh boy. So I'm only up to about 50 degrees at the moment. I don't actually have much track time in the wet. Outside of iRacing, I suppose, which I've done a little. Oh, stay on. Stay on. There we go. Right, I think this one will be valid if slow. Yeah, I'm like 10 seconds off Kev's pace, so... He's doing something that I'm not. Admittedly, that was a very cautious lap. We're going to have to start ramping it up or the car just won't warm up. So this is GTE, but it'll be GT3 next year, or as soon as they update to next year. That means like no ABS built in, so I've got a not lock up. Oh, I don't like the freezes. Hopefully no more of those. So I can't make a direct comparison. But in terms of driver feel, especially when they get GT3s in here as an update, I really like it. I'm much more happy driving in this. I was saying it yesterday actually in the race, like I'm just really enjoying the feel of the game overall. I would say they don't really share too much in common, because that's my honest. But I still choose this class because it's, you know, I enjoy GT3s, as you know. I would like to go a hypercar for one of these events, maybe tomorrow, but with these conditions, like it would be a job alone to achieve that in the dry without practice. Those cars demand so much respect, especially when you're spending 2 hours racing around other cars. So odds of getting killed here in this weather, if it stays like this in the race, are pretty high. Okay, this is halfway better. Also, the guy we fought all the way to the finish yesterday is in this lobby with us, so that'd be pretty cool to drive with them again. And go further back with the brake bias. I'm tempted to raise the car up and soften the suspension a bit, but I've not experimented with that at all. So, hey, Falminian, good to see you. Mr. Quick Ferrari. Tell you what, Chevy's at the top as well. I spy with mine little eye, a plum rolling around the Belgian hillside. Ain't it beautiful? It's gonna be tough today. This is super tough. And we are finding more confidence, but it's always on the edge of death. If it's like this in the race, my aim is just to try and survive the 2 hours and get a solid finish and worry about the rest after. 6 seconds! I would love to know what these guys have done to prepare, because I sense they know what they're doing in this grip level compared to me. Also, yeah, a bit of a baptism of fire today because we've suddenly been transferred to top split. So, just getting stuck in is the main goal. Hey, Vertex. Oh no, dude. I'm sorry to hear it, man. That's always my worst nightmare, honestly. Is like, I know I've got a race I want to do, and then knocking myself out of it. Yeah, that's hella frustrating, mate. Oh, I've got to remember to back the car up more there. A lot of time given up. What's the fuel rate? 3.5. It's about half, nearly 0.5. Less in the wet. That's probably worth bearing in mind. I mean, if I can shadow top 10, I'll take that without any preparation here. I also feel like the track is settling a bit. I'm seeing less puddles. I don't know if the track is processing all of the cars or just mine, but it does feel like it's evolving. What I don't know is if they've modeled like the wet line, dry line stuff. I have no clue. I get to watch, wow, with this weather spike, you get to watch someone try and figure it out at least, yeah. I'd love to say I saw this coming, but I actually, because every practice session didn't rain, I was like, nah. Oh, sliding all the way around there. But what can I change for the race if it's like this? Tiny bit of ride height, tiny bit of softness on the suspension if I want to make the car more forgiving. I don't want to change it too much, because if it's changeable, that will just make us slow for drier conditions. But nothing worse than having a car that you just can't drive in good conditions either. This second is going to be very useful if we want to keep this top 10. More wang. Actually, I forgot that the wang is not very high. Yeah, thank you. I probably should have tried that, actually. I forgot that this is a lower wang setup. Right, we actually got a braking point this time. The braking points aren't wildly different. It's just because you're carrying a bit less speed. At least we're getting quicker. The TC isn't too bad as long as I don't floor it. More wang in the Spa? I think so. Brake bias is okay. I could, because I've taken a bit of preload out of this setup, which makes the car rotate a bit as I lift. But I don't want to go too quickly back on the brake bias. How are the temps? Yeah, it's heating up the rears faster. So if I do want to go back any more, I probably want to check like the brake ducts and stuff just to make sure. Actually, I do have a fair amount of turn-in. Also, because of the locking up situation, if I go too much further back, I'll probably just spin. So yeah, I think we're somewhere close. I'm going to be careful. This is where the position here. I'm getting pushed back. What I imagine would have helped me as well is to get my pace up slightly earlier and get quicker faster to get the car in an operating window. I'm probably just too far outside of it. As you can see, if I start trying to find where the grip is, I'm sliding. The track is like 15 to 20 degrees. It's super cool. So this is just going to be anyone's guess today. Yeah, I think I want to lift the car. What I don't know is how much I can see the conditions before grid start. I'll try and figure it out. Its forecast is similar to this, so there's a chance of rain. We're 1.3 up here. I'm just feathering that brake pedal, trying not to catch the point where they're locking. That's 1.5 seconds. That might sneak me back up a little bit. Maybe not. 11th. Provisional 11th. Okay. In top split, I'll take it, honestly. Okay. So, yeah, it's 2 hours race. I do wish it was the 90 minutes they advertised. That would have been a bit more insane. So 75%, I assume, is a prediction. It's very close in the hypercar field. To be honest, to be 3 to 4 seconds off the very fast guys, I'm okay with. I'm less than a second off the driver I was battling yesterday, so that's good. Okay. How can I see? So forecast is cloudy and raining. How can I see? Like, is it a dry start or a wet start? Do I stick wets on and hope for the best? I've only got 1.5 minutes. Right, we'll get fuel. I'll add a... I had 2 clicks. 2 clicks of wing. This is going to ruin the car a bit, but... It's just no time. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I might start on softs and gamble, you know? Suspension, ride height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just going to raise the car up a few clicks. This is such a gamble, though. Absolute gamble. Yeah. I mean, if these are correct, it's mostly wets. There's a few softs. It's just a pure gamble for me, guys. These are ranked. Yeah, these are ranked. What do you reckon? Should I just stick on the wets and see if I get lucky? Because they're going to take a while to warm up. It's only 40%. I've got a feeling softs are the play, but I'm going to stay on wets in case if there's moisture on the track, we would be doomed. So I'd rather get it wrong this way than the other way. Where's the car? Okay. Please say my wipers turn on. If my wipers don't turn on, I'm going to need help to find out what keybind. Because last I knew I had it on auto. That's not good. That's not good. Okay. Can someone tell me the keybinds? Wait, can I turn them on in my HUD? Try W? I'm actually a danger here because my wipers haven't turned on. It's not W. That's a view setting. I just need the keybinds. I'm just gonna have to back off here, which is probably a good thing because everyone's dying. Like, everyone's literally dying. Anyone got Google, please? I thought they were on auto. I've never had to turn my wipers on before. It's kind of irritating. I mean, to be honest, guys, there's so much death here. This might actually... Single quote? Okay, thank you. Oh no, that might mean I've rebound it. This is going to be a real problem for me. But then, literally everybody's dying. How am I the car alive? I should not be here right now. Right, if I'm not following anyone, this isn't a problem. Single quote? Which... I don't know where that is. I'm worried. No, actually, that might work. There's a chance it's on my wheel, but every button I've just tried has done the wrong thing. So... I'm running out of buttons. Oh, God. I'm guessing a few guys gambled dries, maybe? Because some cars had zero grip. Where is single quote? Can you direct me to that key? I can't look down for long enough. What an embarrassment to not have wipers. I don't know why. Like double quote without the shift? I don't understand. Oh. I kind of need a literal where is it on the keyboards rather than what does the key look like. I'll know as soon as I get to look at it, but... No, this is LeMansUltimate. What? At what stage did my wiper decide it wasn't worth turning on? Like, I've never ever wanted to manually do wipers. I'm just going to check. No, I don't have it bound. 2 right from L? Okay, thanks. I know what you mean. I'm praying I haven't changed that to a camera control. Thank you. Alright, I've got some space. Nope. Okay. Alright. What else can I try? Pull over and rebind. I don't know if I can do that without retiring. Possible. Alright, give me a second to think. There's some binds, I think, that are screwed because I've never bound the race fuel to my wheels. So I think some binds have gone missing. That's what it is. I can change game settings. Maybe I can survive and get to a pit stop. It's not too bad now. It's the, like, crowd of cars. What a nightmare. And I guess in quali, I got no spray, so I didn't... Or maybe it's on auto, but because it's technically not raining. But surely it would react to spray, right? Surely. I'm just thinking, like, is there any other button I've got? I can't do it in the MFD. It's not like a shift something keybind, is it? Alright, I'm gonna think. I've got to have put it somewhere, right? So I think that's cool pits. I don't want to do that. Well, thank you for looking anyway, everyone. I'll just bind it to a wheel button as fast as I can if it gets bad. And now we'll just keep going. I mean, I'll pull over if it gets like before, but I mean, right now I can see. Literally, I can pull into the pits. Probably rush to the menu. Wow. Either way, we survived a brutal start despite seeing nothing. I think I went off and slowed down at times that just spared me an accident, honestly. Like you say, I've got a lot of ground here. Also, good job by me. I didn't start crew chief either, so, you know, maximum points for my race prep here. I think I can do it right now, but...
Radio check.
Potter, radio check.
Okay.
You're tired of the race.
So what would be the fastest setting to change? Probably go and turn on auto wiper, right? It's got to be just go in settings and turn that on. Despite or because of. Interesting. Maybe, yeah. Maybe the blessing of not being able to see the danger stopped me reacting to it, you know? And getting caught up. Auto wiper. Yeah, let's do it. Luckily, the screen doesn't really get affected when I'm not near anyone, so that's lucky. That's lucky.
9 seconds.
It might be, actually. It might be that it's just not allowed. I can probably tell if I switch my lights. Because lights has an auto option, but
Yellow flag.
I have no idea if that's come up in this one. It's all learning, guys. No matter what, we've come out in about as good a place as I could ask, so... We'll switch to track map soon so we can watch traffic. Certainly more grip out here than in quali. I'm actually enjoying the conditions. I've been wanting a wet-dry transition race for a long time, just for a new kind of challenge. I can guarantee you will get lapped by class leaders in this race, but top 10 finish would be a very happy result for me today, if we can keep it smooth. There you go, there's the track map. And we're already within quarter half lap of LMPs, which is going to be the real scare, I think. Hopefully the spray will mean they're a bit careful, but I'm looking at for TC. Right, let's dial that up to 6 because I'm actually on dry TC at the minute. There's probably more pace out there than I'm giving it right now, but minus wipers, then we got a full tank, which means if the weather starts to move towards dry, we can stay out as long as possible to try and make that change. And we'll also run light on fuel in these conditions. All maths goes out the window. I nearly overcooked that. It's not slide.
Sector 3 is now clear. Sector 2 is green.
Remember, we don't get return to garage towing in this if we crash out. We either have to stumble home or we quit. Which, I've said it a million times, I think we need a tow function for... If you're going to put a 2-hour event up, you need to be able to go to garage and get a repair. Because look, that's why that car is dragging itself back to the pits, because it's the only option. Which in sim racing, it's pretty spooky. I know it's more realistic, but... Food. Slightly quicker than us, but seems to be in our race right now. Someone to like pace ourselves to. Thank you for looking though. Thank you for looking.
Green flag in sector 2.
I'm racking my brain that any other times I've decided, oh, wipers should be this, because I've definitely bound it at some point in my life. So I can put headlights on auto. That makes me hope that wipers just need to be turned on auto and then we're fine. I have memory of changing it. I assume it's on my keyboard somewhere. I just don't want to press the wrong buttons. Like press V and change myself to bumper cam or something and then crash. Gran Turismo camera back out. I'm glad I didn't choose hypercar for this one. I'll be thrilled to get good at a hypercar and bring it here, but this is already a handful. Chase. I mean, actually, that's probably the way to see anything. If do you know what? If it gets that bad, I can probably go bonnet cam. I just don't like the feel of it. Like I couldn't run at pace doing that. Oh man, no wipers, huh? Who saw that coming? I will say, we definitely need a way of actually understanding the track numbers just before the race. There were percentages for rain, but I couldn't tell if that was like forecast, track weather, like no idea. But I believe it was probably how much water is on the track because it's very wet but it's not raining. That's the best logic I can make of the info we get. But it's not very clear for a 2-hour, endurance. And it is planning to rain, if that forecast was correct in the top right. So, if I can get to a pit stop before the rain comes and we bind the wipers, we're good. Here we go. I've raced, I don't know how to say his name probably, but Piper I've raced before. Not for a while, but I've seen him in the higher classes usually. I assume hypercars are a bit higher contrast in pace because they'll have a bit more corner speed at Spa because it's mid to high speed corners. Never tested one to find out, but I assume their corner speed is greatly contrasting to ours. All right. 07, everyone.
Blue flag.
It's been a good race. I think he'll wait.
Clear left.
Thank you for waiting. The cars that don't wait are the ones that tend to hurt you. There is death. So many hypercar deaths.
The outer hood ahead is increasing. It's now 7.3. Faster cars approaching.
I think it's making them just take one breather.
Clear right.
It's making them wait just to figure out where I am, how fast I'm going. So far so good. And it's not the lead cars that are really the worry. They tend to be plugged in. It's the further back we go. Okay. We've got a gap now. Fascinating though, isn't it? Like, yesterday's race was really good, but it lacked numbers, so I didn't get a full feel for how it is to be consumed by traffic, whereas this one, half the lap is covered by hypercars, so there's rarely going to be a break. Right, fuel. Another hour-ish in the car, so we're doing okay on that front. You could go really long on these tires if they're not wearing, but I don't know, they don't look like they're surviving that much. They're wearing as quick as a dry set would. Okay, it's brightening up.
Sector 2 is now green.
I don't know for how long, and I don't know where the transition is to dries. I assume we just have to watch the spray off the road, and then if that starts to drop, or we see cars boxing,
Yellow flag. We think Glenfell has gone off. Sector 2 is clear.
question is, when does that rain want to arrive? I actually have a HUD somewhere for this. Track wet, weather dry. Okay. That much I can tell with my eyes, to be honest. I can't remember if there's a tab to actually give you some more info.
Alright, Frankie. It's a faster class car approaching.
It should be smooth.
Blue flag.
Back on, my friends. Alright, fuel. EC. There isn't really much info on offer that I can find. Like a forecast would be helpful. Don't know what crew chief will do. Maybe he'll have some pearls of wisdom. Oh boy, only just getting started.
Yellow flag in sector 2. Green flag sector 2.
Might move the brake bias back a bit now because I can feel the fronts are getting a lot more. Okay, let's watch traffic.
Blue flag.
I kind of knew he had no plan to wait there, so I just lifted. Could see that one coming. Okay, we're moving the bias back a little. Let's try not to spin.
Masterclass car behind. Blue flag. The gap to Wood ahead is increasing. It's now 8.8.
Visually, the track's looking drier. There's no spray off that car ahead. And this is why we need a bit of forecasting, because if I come in 2 or 3 laps or 5 laps and then it starts raining again, we're done. Track slightly wet, weather dry. So would the optimal pit stop be tyres only? Hard to say. Or I just top the car up again. Got fuel for days, but the advantage of putting fuel in is it'll be a longer stop and I can fix my wiper. I might do that just for sanity. Losing returns, hello buds. Yeah, we got the extra spice today of unpredictable weather, wet track, dry conditions. But now the track is no longer as wet, so this is my first opportunity to give this a go, really, and we're top split today. I'm a bit under pace, but
There's a group of faster cars
we're
behind.
alive. Okay, someone's boxed. Someone has boxed. Interesting. Come on, dude, if you're gonna do it, then
Clear
do
right.
it. Wow. Horrible move. Can you imagine if I got on the accelerator then? Before I could see him? Horrible move.
Blue flag.
It was easier to back out and avoid spinning than take that poor Toyota out then. That wasn't ideal, but... Right. Thank you, Dusan. This is way spicier than I was expecting. Whilst it looks drier, I just dabbled then with the accelerator and it bit, so it's by no means... right conditions for me yet. Haven't seen anyone else pit. Not trying to get these tires warm.
The gap to Wood
I've
ahead is
struggled so
increasing.
far.
It's now 10 seconds.
Gotta watch out for the curbs and the painted lines as well. They might still be wet. Looking a bit better though. Didn't spin up on that one. I think we can start to accelerate. Yeah, so to summarize the start, my auto wiper is not switched on. And I don't appear to have a keybind on my wheel for the wiper anymore, which I thought I had. So I had to do the first half lap blind. As it turned out, everyone except us around me crashed in their own way. And we just kind of
Okay,
grannied our way through, I guess.
I don't know his name.
That car in the pits? Yeah. Another reason not to rush onto dries is track temp is low. Those tyres won't want to warm up quickly. So I don't think I would box until The track is declared dry at least. I'd rather run these wets down. But there's actually a lot of grip out there if I'm willing to push now. It's changing quickly. So yeah, when I pit, I don't know when that's going to be, because if it starts raining again, we're staying out. I need to try and get that keybind. If I find it, we should be able to do it in the time it takes to do the pit stop. I have to map it. Maybe it. We might lose a place on the road trying to faff, but... what I don't want to do is create too much oversteer. It's very hard to recover in this car in this grip level. And start picking up the pace though. I can feel the car coming alive now. Hopefully I've kept a bit of life in these tyres through the puff bit, because they are going to start wearing in. There you go. Still a tipping point here.
We've seen a bit of wear on your right front.
Yeah, right front is dying. If I don't want to change compound, I could just change front tyres, but maybe all four. We know what we're doing. Still slightly wet. No grip. Well, this isn't our true position, because there's a couple of cars have stopped, but we are still looking good. We've come forward from about 12th, I think, so... hypercar coming.
9.3. Okay, Frankie, there's a faster car approaching.
But with slightly gentle inputs, you can start to get more aggressive overall. Look how the front right just sets on fire and nothing else is alive in the car. Crazy. That might cost me later in the race in the dries, but it is. Catching the guy ahead for whatever reason.
Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Link P4's gone off. Front tyres have got minor wear. Green flag in Sector 1.
Is this a cold track? It's just not drying quickly. Oh, this is the nightmare if he goes here. Thank you. You did a very, very wise thing, my friend.
Clear left.
Thank you. Oh, you braked too early, though. Okay. That's a very, very early braking point. That car's a beast, to be fair, but... I could have so easily run into the back of him right then. Look at the right front. Dead. Although the temps aren't that wild, so just work with it. Decision time. Are we going to box and do a sprint on softs for a bit? Or are we holding out for the hope that it actually starts raining again? I still think it's too slippery out there to risk cold, slick tyres. The thing is, the surface temperature on these tyres is still blue, so... Alright, more hypercars. Hold on to your hats. I'll be honest, the info about the forecast is very vague. It tells you, I think, how wet the track is, and 5 icons predicting weather.
The gap is now 8.3 seconds.
These guys are legends for just waiting, though. Oh my god, thank you. That actually worked out nice. And the icons were something like dry, like cloudy, the first two, but then rain for the latter half. So at some point it might rain, and it might be worth doing half an hour on dry tyres if it fully dries out. It's very difficult to know. The longer I go, the more these tyres start wearing down, and my front right is just setting itself on fire at this point. Looks like the sun's coming out though. So all the info I have is slightly wet track. Not declared dry. We'll figure the rest out as we go. I do think it will rain again later though. These conditions are perfect for this length of a race. It really breaks up the pace.
We think you'll get about 17 more minutes from this set of tyres.
Okay, he's saying 17 minutes on these tyres. I've never had crew chief give me that info before. That guy took the motorcycle line. He's chilling when we have to pass him. Yeah, weather radar would be good, or even, you know, a 30-minute forecast of some kind.
As faster cars approaching, this group includes the class leader.
Glad he went for the inside there. That was as much as I could expect. Good patient work from these fellas. Nice one. Thank you. It's getting lighter. It's getting sunnier. Which, so far, I'm well set. Swap to dries and then just see how long it is before it rains again. Oh my god, thank you. They'd gone outside then, that would have been game over for all of us. E5 is a similar distance away, and I'm really not driving at my limit, so... see what happens. Oh, cold tyres ahead. Watch that hypercar if it stays in view. It's going to be such a beast if he's changed tyres. Looks like he's held it. Nice. It's got to be so tricky right now. Gotta wonder though, is anyone swapping?
Ahead is now 8.2 seconds.
Still not dry track. You'd expect my tyres to be overheating. Check
Looks
that.
like Gwenta has gone off.
Cold track is kind of balancing
Green
it.
flag, sector 2.
Right, if you could just get to a straight and lift, this would be very simple. Oh dear. Come on, mate, just lift. It's really easy.
On your right, clear right.
Okay, that's fine. You lose less time if you just lift off on the straight, because then you get to have your own corner.
Sector 2 is yellow.
Hypercar off.
We think that Gwenta has spun off. Green flag in sector 2.
Comes the rejoin of Kings. We're good. That car crabbing though. Oh no, this could kill us. It's like an engine out. I feel like I should just spin him off just to, you know, spare him the suffering. Put him in a wall. Right, go. As long as you're not going to crash. Run away. Oh, I don't like this at all. This is not a good sign. This corner's going to be a nightmare. Okay, he held it. Come on, dude, you got this. Again, I'm just losing seconds with this stuff happening, but there we go. No risk.
There's a faster car approaching.
Still not dry. The ultimate strat would be if it starts raining when I pit. Tyre wear is there on the left, look. I have to switch. The ultimate strat for me would be wait so long that it starts raining again. And if this cloud cover is getting darker and I can survive, I've got the fuel, and we can just do a stop for wets, that could really help us out. There's a gamble now. There's a drying line.
Green flag, sector 2.
You risk those like super grippy soft tires. It's probably too soon. Make that time up, or do you do maybe what I'm doing now and kind of like hold station? I'm trying not to kill the tires off. As tempting as it is to push. Kind of need them for as long as possible. I can survive the hour on these, which I think a lot of people will try and do in GTE, because then it's a one-stop race. Depends what the weather does. Like, what if you go fuel dry tyres, do some really fast laps, then just come in for tyre change only? Who knows? Warning sign for me is if I start losing control on these tyres when I'm not pushing, I'll know there isn't much left in the car.
Faster class car approaching.
This could get sketchy. Yeah, that's not a good approach to me. That's like flash and just ignore the fact that I need to turn in. I
Now
mean,
on softs.
ooh. Okay, crew chief said soft tires for someone. That's telling. Let's go, crew chief. Earning the pay grade. Was that Carpentiero?
Your lap times are improving.
I don't know. Somebody's on softs. I'm going to say it was because he's dropped back. If it is, let's see how their delta goes. This will tell us how that tyre is when it's cold. Because surely they'll struggle for a bit.
Yellow flag.
I think the only spray on the windshield is from other cars at the moment.
Has been dead.
So we've caught him, but he's on the coldest tyres possible right now. The question is, will those tyres warm up? That's the bigger teller. If in 2 laps he can't warm them up, that would be sketchy. He looks like he's okay. What do I do? You go offline, it's going to be horrible. For how much longer? I can't believe we're provisional 6th, maybe like 7th, 8th after pit stops. Wildly further forward than I was thinking.
Okay, pit stop requested. Okay, Frankie, should be coming out into clear air. When we exit the pits, we'll be in P.
I didn't request a pit stop. What am I stopping for? You're trying to tell me to change tyres. Maybe. I think it might be slightly too soon.
Hood in front is pitting.
But he is pitting, interesting. How much longer do I stay out?
59.58.
The Carpentiero is edging away now. It might be the window.
Pit stop requested.
It keeps trying to put me on dries. What do you reckon? Kind of irritating that it keeps doing that because
Pit crew is ready.
do I go 20 minutes of soft tyres?
Faster car behind. They're racing us for position. There'll be no blue flag.
Can't fuel to the end.
Yellow flag sector 2. Green flag in sector 2.
And I afford to hang out and wait and see if it rains. I'm still up on my delta.
Sector 3. Sector 3 is yellow.
And the car ahead, if it's the pit car on softs, hasn't really like
Hood is now on hard.
made waves.
Yellow flag. Caution.
It's good to go soft if I think it's not going to rain for a while,
Sector
yeah.
2 is clear. Yellow flag in sector 1. We should have plenty of space on the exit. When we exit the pits, we should be in P6.
The Carpentiero started to pull away.
Stop cancelled.
Just trying to delay it slightly. Rest of the fuel on softs. Yeah, I could top up a little bit.
Pit crew is ready.
So hard to predict. I'm only losing here and there. Very hard to judge. Right, 50% on the front right. Tires are starting to hurt. Alright, I'm sliding now. And I assume that's not from damp track sliding. That's probably from tires hurting. So, the best I can do is fill up the fuel, put softs on. And give myself the biggest window possible. Or I can split the race in half with fuel. And hope that it doesn't rain late. It just limits my strategy. If it rains late, I'd be in trouble. Such a hard call here. I can't box and get to the end on this at this time. You know my luck, it's gonna it's gonna start raining the second I do this, right?
Miguel has just retired.
Well, we play to the conditions. I can't outthink them anymore. I can't see the rain coming. Right, let's see if I can fix...
We should come out into position 6.
Let's see if I can figure out my binds.
Box in 5,
And get a wiper working.
3, 2, 1.
Right, full tires.
Box now.
Is that rain?
Okay, Frankie. It's starting
Gamble.
to drizzle.
It started raining, guys. Auto wiper is on. Why was my... I think it's because it's spray and not rain. That's a horrible thing to find out now, but there you go. Guys, I've changed it back to wets. I should have stayed out one more lap. No, I didn't, but
We're done. Go, go.
I can always do that at the next stop. I think it's due to rain for a bit, so I'm not too worried. As long as it doesn't stop
There's a car
altogether.
approaching. Don't cross the white line.
Wow, we
Watch
need
your mirrors.
spray to trigger auto wipers. That's crazy. I'm not gonna force this guy because I've got cold tires. I don't know what tires he's got on yet. So, I was right in staying out longer. I'm so glad I did. Anyone who boxed for dries might be wondering what to do right now.
Requested.
Don't be stupid. You're gonna overtake. Why are you trying to make me stop? The only downside is, guys, I could have stayed out and done a one stop if I just stayed out one lap longer. I probably should have trusted my gut that the wets would come back to me, but if it dries out, we can plan a stop. So. This is P3, so I will let him go. Yeah, I should have stayed out on my wet strat and we'd be absolutely perfect right now. I'd survive to the hour. I'm going to have to splash and down. Oh, actually,
Okay, Frankie.
wet weather fuel.
No traffic on exit. When we leave the pits, we
Wet
leave
weather
the
fuel.
10, a few seconds behind.
We
Arpentiero.
might be in the
Big
window
nose,
to get to the finish here.
green flag in sector 3.
Hopefully P11 behind is just going to chill.
Okay, pit report's cancelled.
He is on warmer tyres, so it'd be nice if he waited. Thank you. Why am I getting an auto pit stop every
Yellow flag
lap?
in sector 3. Sector 1 is green.
Like, go away!
So car leaving
It's
the
so
pits.
distracting. Like, I just want to get my head down and race.
12.7. Clayton has retired.
Like, leave me alone. It's like having an engineer when the driver starts being like, yeah, leave me to race. You know, shut up. I am on wets. So, yeah. I mean, it makes no sense. I'm on wets. And I'm thinking he might not be.
On your right. Clear right.
I'm guessing P11's on wets as well. I don't want him to interfere. This is awkward.
Okay, pit stop requested.
Nah, he's backed off. Stop! Stop it! I don't want to pit! I've done my stop. What more do you want from me? Fucking...
Acknowledged. Pit request cancelled.
Yeah, again. It's like the game thinks I went out on softs. Okay, I give up. Pit request is gonna have to stay up. I literally don't know what more it thinks I can do. Kind of comedic. Yeah, pit crew is out there getting wet for no reason, just saying. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it.
Pit crew is ready.
I've just realised I might not have armed
Stop is
it
occupied.
for my first stop. I can't remember. I think it was automatic anyway. If you don't arm it, you lose time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure based on this, it was auto done.
The gap behind us now, 2.0. We don't expect any
Unlike my
traffic.
wipers at the start of the race.
Next to the pits, we should be in position. 10, a few seconds behind. Arpentiero.
I'm going to turn crew chief off if he keeps chipping on about pit stops. It's like you're fired. Literally useless information. Yeah, they can stand out there for an hour prepping the tyres. Which in WEC, there's no tyre warming, so yeah, good luck with that. Right, fuel predicted. Need to keep an eye on that.
Now free. You're a second off in sector 1. Sector 2 is 1.6 seconds off the pace.
Right, the
Sector
big
3
question is now,
0.9 off the pace.
do I aim to save fuel? Because we're about 5 minutes off a full stint. I think that's well worth trying to do. If I start now, I can probably save enough fuel to finish, and that could be massive. The only drivers who are going to benefit are the ones who stayed out longest on wets after me, because they'll do a simple strat now. And if it goes to dry, I don't really lose anything. Yeah, I can have a campfire.
Sector 3 is green.
Oh, scary hypercar moment
Arpentiero
here.
has crashed.
Scary hypercar moment. That's like the real WEC. Anyone watched the start of that today?
Yellow flag in sector 3. Arpentiero.
Literally what was going on lap 1 and 2.
It looks like Guenta has stacked it.
Right, who are we catching? Get a grip on the race.
8th place. is
We're
now
catching P3 again? Either they're on softs and they're starting to go cold, or he just got a big hold up there. I will say though, the timing of that rain shower was insane. We were literally 3 feet from pulling in for soft tires. So I'm not complaining about the timing one bit. Just got to try and save fuel and tires to have an option of running this car to the finish now on probably sketchy tires. I can't wait to go back and watch it. Guys, if you're not tuned into it, it's awesome. Unfortunately, it's a paid, it's behind a paid TV channel. I bought it just for the month so I could watch these races. Yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing straight after this. I would do watch along, but all I can show is a timing screen, and I don't know if... I don't feel like I have a big enough stream to do that. But yeah, that's what you're going to find me doing today, apart from sitting out in the sun, because apparently we're getting 3 days of sun, and then it's all going to what you're seeing in my sim right now. For a week. I've started to think this Chevy is falling off and probably should pit. He's trying to make the hour. That's all I can guess. Okay, derivative ahead is losing time. Maybe. There will be cars around me that haven't stopped yet, I think. We just gambled a bit on the wets. Anyone who went softs is probably a bit disappointed right now. What a race for weather, though. It's actually fascinating. I guess the one upshot I've got of the timing of my pit is I've been able to warm up the tyres a little bit in the brakes before it gets heavy wet. I just gotta hope they don't wear out instantly. Is there at Laguna tomorrow? Really? I forgot. Yeah, of course it is. I actually have that race on Monday night in iRacing as well. I don't know if I'll stream that, but it will be carnage. Guaranteed. Because I'm sure the real world one is sketchy enough. Oh, Duzin, this year is the best year to be at this event. Apparently it's like unknown numbers compared to recent years. This year is really the year, but next year equally. You're not wrong. I'd really want to catch a train down there. I reckon Le Mans and this track could both be like Eurostarable. Yeah, I technically can this year, but I'm not having a good year for income, so I'd be more likely to plan it when I've got a bit more like spare change to think about. Because I looked up a last minute trip here, right? Probably minimum spend is $1,000 just to cover travel and staying. Like, you need to have $1,000 kicking around. But yeah, as impulsive as it would be nice to go, I was like, it's not the time for me to just chuck $1,000 away. It's worth every penny, don't get me wrong. But yeah. This is by far and away one of the best seasons I've ever seen in real life. I'll watch it over any other series now. Okay, Wiper has gone mental. I'm still getting over the fact that the Wiper doesn't work for spray. So I need to rebind it, as you guys said. I'm confused by Schmear's pace ahead. He seems to have picked it back up. Or am I just painfully slow for a wet run now? Feel like it. Oh, yeah, I'll be honest, I wouldn't choose F1 if I chose any series. As much of a spectacle as it is, I think this series is hands down more of an experience for the money, especially. I would never say, like, oh, you don't want to go see F1. Like, obviously, if you've got the will and the means to do it, it must be awesome, but with the choices I have, F1 would be quite low priority. This series would be at the top. I don't know what else I'd want to see, really. Maybe the 24-hour here, which is kind of like a separate event. But yeah, F1 is on too much of a
Air temps falling. It's now
down curve for me at the moment. It's all hype and no trousers in terms of like entertainment value for me.
Seems to be increasing.
Admittedly, the last race was actually a bit more interesting. But yeah. And for the money, exactly. Guys, you should see, when you say wiper go brr, you should see the first half lap when I found out the wiper doesn't react to car spray. And that I didn't have a bind for it. I actually thought my wiper was turned off. Right, that Chevy's finally gone. Now we need to do a fuel check. Do that extra lap trick at this point as well. We are almost on target for fuel. So, if you missed my pit stop as well, we came in ready to switch to softs, and it started raining 50 meters or less in front of my pit box. So I changed the strat, got away with it. Right, I think I need to pick up the pace now. I've just dropped a couple of seconds out of nowhere. I think it's time to start finding it again.
Car ahead's pitting now.
Oh? I can just miss the apex. That's another way. Right, leaders are pitting. Or someone's paying. I'm fully confused by whatever graphic I just saw there. I don't think it was actually that accurate. So here's the interesting thing. I don't know how long a pit stop costs total. Probably in the region of 30 to 40 seconds on the pit road. And I do think the car ahead is guaranteed to have to stop based on how early he stopped. I'm starting to question that now because there's no way he'd have stayed out this long on dry tyres. So maybe he boxed. You know what? I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it.
Blue flag.
There's no grip. Where's the car gone? Holy crap. Sorry, buddy. I mean, if it's getting that wet, there isn't much more I can do. I'm just trying to find TC. Oh, these menus. I can never see them in the corner of my eye. There we go. Okay, I think I might just not have enough in the tires. so heavy now. Semi-dry setup, yeah. I raised it slightly, changed a couple of bits, but basically I had about 30 seconds to read the weather, which it turns out doesn't really tell you a lot. We couldn't tell if it was going to be a dry or wet start. So yeah, car setup wise, no way. I'm just going to do what I can with what I've got. Push the brake bias back. Try and find some apex again.
Car behind's a faster class.
Yeah, it's gone from dry with a wet track to nearly dry to full wet. But the forecasting tools are pretty basic, to say the least. So the tiny icon with one layer of rain doesn't seem to have predicted this biblical shower we're getting. Put it that way. So do what we can with what we have. I mean, everyone's struggling. This is not good for me if
Sector 3 is now yellow.
he doesn't recover.
Sector 2 is now yellow.
We're 5th.
Sector 3 is
We are
clear.
way further up the road than I could have imagined at this point. My focus is just try and keep the car working. I don't think I've driven in this condition yet. Everyone's struggling. Look at that car go. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's the visual example, right? Car behind is really comfortable in the wet. Like, probably has a wet setup ready because he's been really good. He's not really in my race, so if he's flying, we'll let him lead the way because fair play to them. Also, I am trying to make this car run to the end way ahead of the pit window, so it's going to have to be some sacrifice. Slightly worried about tyres, but now's the time to keep them alive.
Incident in Sector 1, yellow flag. We think that's Carpentier.
Oh, he's just gone off, I think? No? Okay, I'm not trusting the Deltas anymore. They are literally making stuff up in my eyes. Hey up. Okay.
Sector 3 is yellow.
There's no grip for me.
Sector 3 is clear, green flag. We think Presti has binned it. Blue flag.
Did he crash as well? I think he crashed behind me. I hope nothing to do with what happened to me, but poor guy, he was just about to get clear with that mistake. I wonder if he just did the same thing. Synchronized spin? I noticed because I didn't want to rejoin in front of anyone, and I was like, wait, that's the same guy. The leaders are a lap ahead of me. I told you it would happen, man. These guys have actually done some wet weather prep. So, you know, fair play. I'm screwed for setup at this point. There's literally only... get the TC working as hard as possible. Don't get in the way of the leaders. What I don't know is how we can ever get surface temp. Maybe that's just not a thing in these conditions.
Blue flag.
There's no way I'm taking a leader out because of my own right foot. No way. I like my P5 too much right now. What I don't know is, have these guys boxed yet? I think so. I think they're just rapid. The perfect view to see what their strats are. And then we've got Seclari coming up. Absolutely rapid. Right.
Carpentiero is pitting from position 4. We should come out a little way behind you. Carpentiero ahead is pitting.
I have no idea what's going to happen next, guys. This is, and like uncharted driving territory for me now. Refused to spin there twice. Oh, he did need to pit. Yes. Okay. I think he's far enough ahead. Oh, this is horrible. I would have let Seclari go there, but I don't think he got the exit he wanted. I'll try and let him go after this, if I can stay alive. Let him go. They're in their own pretty epic race. Nothing to do with me.
Okay, Frankie. There's a faster car bearing down on you. He's the class leader.
It's actually possible they could have run without pitting yet on wet, but I doubt it. Oh, great. Now we got the hypercar coming too. I've noticed I might need to turn up the environment sound a little bit. I don't hear an ounce of the rain. Just for, you know, a little bit of immersion. Alright, it's yours. Really nicely done there. That was like patient but not uncomfortable. Like, that was very well done. The way the weather's going, I'm sure I can save the fuel because I literally can't use it. In fact, if it's still close, I should just switch to lean fuel. Because I'm not using half of the engine's potential here. Sound kind of, in a weird way, does have a way, even though that makes no sense. Oh no, he spun behind me. That's how on edge. That's how on edge this whole thing is right now. Now the sad thing is my puddles look a bit garbage because I have to down my graphics settings to make this game behave. By the way, Carpentiero's out. P4. Like on the road. Everything to lose? Let's try not to lose it. Oh. Right, fuel check. Fuel prediction 53 minutes. It was like 52 minutes 10 minutes ago, so yes. At the rate we're going, we're fine. Biggest worry is tyres, but while the rain's here, we're in about as good a position as we can.
Green flag sector 3.
Oh, don't lock up, don't lock up. First, do you know what? That is my first actual driver error leading to off track, I think. I've lasted an hour 15. But remember, no ABS, so I'm doing this whole thing with that risk involved. Right, I think rear brake bias needs to be the priority now. It's annoying that when I go to do that, I now can't see my delta, etc. My mirror tells me enough. Right, we're clear for a bit. I might have to go more rear bias. There's just no pickup at the front. Okay, keep an eye on P5. That's going to tell us if we're in a real fight to the end here or whether I've got enough. I think I'm under pace at the moment. Not a big worry, but it's going to be useful to know. Yeah, I'm hoping proper rain cover means the tyres don't get worn as ridiculously like compared to a drying track, obviously. Alright, brake bias again. I think my least favourite thing about the TC system in this, especially the Porsche, and I don't know which setting affects this the most because I'm a bit clueless, is when it starts to cut, it actually creates as much of a sliding issue. It almost keeps the slide going. It's not great. Like, thank you so much, Barry. I'm so pleased with this if we get a result, honestly. When I saw we were going to be top split, I was like, okay, like, GG. Have a run and survive, but we've gone from something like 12th to 4th by staying out of trouble, so 45 minutes max to keep doing that. And now it's time to start finding a bit more groove in the wet because I don't want to be chased to the finish. You guys want more music, by the way, or are you happy as is? I've been so focused, I haven't really dialed the music up. Let me know. Why is Saklari... Oh no, he's good. I thought he was in trouble then. But he's a lap ahead. P1 and 2 are a whole lap ahead. They're just a class above at the moment. They're the ones I need to go and learn from, really. Meanwhile, I can probably do some good learning now that the conditions are pretty set. Try and understand, oh my god, how to drive this thing. It's not on a good setup, but yeah, so the top 3 are in a different race altogether, which I think just comes from being several seconds per lap more confident. But what I can start to do, see if I can tease more out of the car as we go. I'm currently doing 39, holy cow. Yeah, I was thinking that with the music. I doubt you guys are that affected. I can hear it ticking away, it's all good. What's telling is I've managed to hold the car behind for pace now, and all other cars behind don't appear to have been catching me, so that suggests I don't need to go overkill now and try and push to the point of crashing. And we can maybe just start learning about how to get this car working. The biggest challenge is getting it to turn in. I wish I'd now dropped the preload more. I tested a very low preload setup and basically the car just rotated as soon as you lifted. And it made it very sketchy in the dry. But for the wet, that might really have given me some, like, you know, point and steer. All I can do now is do it with brake bias. I think a bit more lift and turn is still good for this car though. Yeah, it does have rotation on the lift. I'm gonna try and use that. No idea how far back I can go brake bias before I just spin on the spot. I can get it right. Oh. Such a relief to be actually pulling away. Okay, just have the loudest engine outside. Like pulling away from people. Okay. We'll start there. And go further back, but let's survive. How's fuel looking? I think I just got to start braking a little earlier. I think I'm just thinking I've got a little bit more grip than I have. So 106 seconds, that's sort of 3/4 of a lap here. It's like you're fine, and then it just reminds you that you are not fine. As soon as you relax. He was not. Yeah, I feel like the bus stop is definitely where you're going to have the biggest risk rewards. You know, flipping on your head. You just lock up there and spin. It'll be hello wall. Okay, I'm managing that fine. I can brake a little more than that. You
Thrustmaster class car approaching. Sector 3 is yellow. Blue flag.
Really? No drama. Feel like you said it, Steve. See that one coming a mile off. That's actually quite a minimal hit for what could have happened. Why does it say Ciclari is -2 laps? That's interesting. I mean, it's possible, but seems like a slightly useless reading. Surely it's a lap ahead, right? Is he actually? Man, they're on a different planet. They know how to get a car working in the wet then. I thought that was just a Delta issue. I mean, 1 lap makes absolute sense. 2 is like, what? Are you sure? Although I don't have a lap counter to hand right now, so okay, that's good. That's just a bad piece of Delta, that's fine. It probably says that because it's technically more than 1 lap. But yeah.
Okay, Frankie. There's a faster class car approaching.
Oh yes, got a friend. Oh my god, don't go on that curb. I do not want to spin. There we go. Okay, P5 has started to show interest, I think, since my last spin. They're going to have to work very hard. I cannot make mistakes. Plenty of time left, but... just to make sure to get around. But yeah, Ciclari's pace and mine are not even close. He might be 2 laps by the end. Wouldn't shock me. Proton Porsche, 2 factory Ferraris. Okay. Wait, how are the dames doing? Because they were kicking ass at the start of that race. They just pulled away. Because I guess pit stops will mess with the order a bit at this point in the real race. Okay, there's a bit more braking grip now. I think it's because the actual downpour is stopping. I am not catching P3 to save my life. Not without some bad luck. Oh my goodness, guys, if we can secure this 4th, though, I'd have taken a top 10 based on the start. Oh, so it's really close. By the way, that McLaren with Cottingham in it, that's looking really strong. Considering he's like brand new in the series as well. Fresh out of like British GTE, I think is where I saw him in. What an awesome weather forecast for this race, though. Yeah, Derivat's just got that little, like, dangly carrot of seeing that I'm 20 seconds ahead and I'm not pulling away. Quite good for motivation. I need to use the reverse motivation to keep trying to pull away. I don't trust this car on rotation. That's my slow speed. I don't trust it in the slightest. That's where my setup probably needs some love. I did add wing. Can you imagine if I didn't add wing? I probably should have added more wing based on how this weather's gone. like high wing and then just raise the rear a little bit or something. When you've got less than a minute to make all of those decisions and try and establish what the weather's doing, what can you do? Right, leaders arriving. Yeah, I think the track's becoming a bit more forgiving again. I need to respond to that and try and keep it. The momentum up. I don't want to get so slow that I can't warm the car up. Time's coming back, I can feel it. I'm gonna get lapped by P3. But for fuel saving, being a lap down actually won't matter really. More about where the leader is. Does he want to go here? Hopefully. Oh, all good. I was a split second fearing he'd come over then, but it's fine. Right, this is where the wiper fails me. Look at this.
Car approaching. This guy's the class leader.
Achieve a bit late there. Auto wiper doesn't know it's spray. I just have to wait. Thankfully, it's only like one apex and everybody's spread out, so. Can you still believe that we managed to do the first half lap without vision and not collect anyone? Or crash into anyone? I think that was our saving grace, which I never want to repeat again, but that was our little sketch, but yeah, after this race, guys, I'm going to hurry off and watch WEC, because there's going to be at least like, what, 2 to 3 hours left of that. Have you all heard how much controversy is going on around Eurovision as well? Like an absolute meme shit. There's basically arguments, fallouts on all sides. Alright, let's do a fuel check. Freaking wipers, man. Oh, my fuel is starting to come back the other way. Okay. So let's... This is an important time not to get greedy. Hello? What was that? hour and a half in and we start freezing up. Hopefully it's a one-off. Theory that hasn't really got an answer to us right now. Right, 10 laps predicted. And they are slower laps, but still, I think I just need to be a little careful here. I know how it feels to be a lap short at Spa, and there's not much you can do about it. Now I believe, based on the competitiveness of this lobby, not sure how I ranked in GTE to be honest, but I believe we've got a chance of getting silver driver for this one. We keep it on the right part of the track. Waiting. If I have to go outside, I tend to just like put a bit of added lift in there. We are losing time to P5, but equally I'm only just there for fuel, so I need to start braking a bit later. It's definitely a bit less harsh than it was 20 minutes ago.
Drift is gaining on you. The gap's now 19 seconds.
I thought this would happen, but the changeable weather has made it go super quickly. And I'm mad that we've only got 20 minutes to work out now. Right, we can do this. We are actually, our delta is like coming back to 0 on my fastest. And we're at as good a time as any, apart from fuel saving, to... Yeah. A bit too much, but it's starting to come back to it. Nobody panic. That does mean I'll start using more fuel again. And that's not necessarily good for me.
I think Glenta has gone off. Sector 2 is now green.
Look how that right front just dies, even in the wet. That surprises me a little bit. I thought the wear would even out a bit more. Facts. At a certain state. Obviously working hard. Might run... I should have run lean fuel during the wettest part of the race. I might run it anyway just to give myself some insurance. I'm gonna look at the delta and see if it makes any difference. Not really. I don't know if it does anything, to be honest. See how it goes at high speed as well. No?
Sector 1 is yellow.
Pretty balanced. I think it's worth running.
That's 20 minutes to go.
I'm a little surprised how much of the curbs we can use. I'd expect them to be a bit more treacherous than that. Still, you ain't gonna find me trying to brake on one.
Gap to drift behind is now 18 seconds.
Also bear in mind, the last time I attempted one of these, I lasted 3 laps. So I was well overdue a good one. Yeah. So the first Monza, the server broke. Came back later that day. And I broke the car. Yeah. Snapped it into a wall. Just kind of leading to my comment earlier when I said you do need the option to tow and repair in a long race, just to give you a chance to participate. If something, especially if something goes wrong and it's not your fault. Mine was my fault, through and through. You get wiped out by somebody and you can't tow, it's like a tow back. So, yeah. Kind of takes that spirit away of like, carry on anyway, pick up some experience, blah, blah, blah. Because that's what any team would do in a real series. If the car was repairable, obviously. Another reason not to stack it all on my own. Something I have been super pleased with in the background is no more of these like stutters I kept getting. And this has been nearly 2 hours of running with rain at Spa. The only place I'm going to get them now is probably the big circuits like the bomb. At least just drive with them again. When P3 gets within a second, we're just going to let them run. Fairly uneventful end stint so far. I mean, obviously I could jinx it by saying it, but first hour definitely had all of the unpredictability. Do a fuel check. Only just. I think lift and coast for a few laps is going to be pretty important. I think it could be at risk otherwise if if we go one extra on the final lap. Find myself a little bit too close to running out.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
The 8 has been lit. One thing I've noticed is we're a long way ahead of Hood now.
Sector
Or
2 is
Huda.
green. Okay,
It was the
Frankie.
car we were chasing at the start, so I wonder what happened there.
The gap to drift behind
Maybe
is
he had to
now
double stop.
18 seconds.
I've got a feeling they went onto softs just before I pit, which would have screwed them over. Yeah, Monza is definitely forget about it round for me. Right, Schmer is gonna catch me now, so
Blue flag.
let him go. Once again, the wiper doing an absolutely awesome job of dealing with the spray for us here. I'm literally looking at the one bit of apex that I can see. That's my reference. There we're good. Ambitious? Trying to see if the grip is out there. So because there's no color coding, it's gonna look like I'm chasing P3. Obviously, for those who've been here long enough, you'll know. Actually, I'm a lap ahead now. On a completely different pace level. Derivat is gradually catching, but he probably doesn't have to think about his fuel. I stopped so early. That's kind of like the payback for me now. This would have been a different race altogether if I had continued to get on the soft tires as I was gonna. Wouldn't have reigned at a more like appropriate time. I don't want to lose too much time too quickly though, because being under pressure in these conditions, and the mistakes happen.
Pistol is available.
Where did the guy behind come from? Did he come out of the pits or something? Or has he just been quietly catching me this whole time and I haven't noticed? He's not in my race, but he seems to be shifting.
The gap to drift behind is now 15 seconds.
Right, where's our leader at? Looks to be about 2 sectors away. Maybe half a lap. Hard to predict if they're going to come round and catch me anymore. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why? What is that? So random. You're seeing lag. It's not the stream, it's actually me in the game. Same part of the track. It always is when I get these stars. Certain parts of certain tracks. Yeah, exactly, Subsea, exactly. Solar flares. We're getting we're getting possessed.
Okay, Frankie, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
I don't have that much fuel. I have about 10 minutes of fuel exactly, but that's not necessarily
Car behind's a faster class.
safe. I need to know if the leader's going to pass me at 0. Because I don't have any lift-off time now, because car behind is, like, increasing pace. It'll be interesting.
Blue flag.
Clear left.
Take it. I can get eyes on P1 when I've got a second. Don't have a delta. It'll be a bit hard to predict this. They're only a few corners away. There's a good solid chance they'll pass me one last time. Which is massively important even though they're not in my race because it determines how many laps I've got to survive. I've nearly got 4 in the tank now. If I can save a bit more, I should be okay. But I'm trying to middle that out with not giving up to P5.
Flag. Okay, Frankie, there's a faster car approaching.
Wait. Not got the grip to let you go on the other side.
Clear left.
Thank you. I have to say the hypercars have been flawless right, up until now. 25 seconds to the lead car behind. Based on the fact that P4 is already 10 ahead of me, we'll definitely see him pass. Just don't know how many laps they're going to add to the finish. It all depends on where the 0 hits for that car. They're not crossing the line, that's the last lap. If they've crossed the line, it means 1 extra. Can't control it, but we need to know it's happening. It's a tough amount of fuel to be working with this because it could be enough, but I can't guarantee that. Can't guarantee it at all.
Behind is now 12 seconds.
Serious lift now. He'll just about catch us. Maybe with a lap or 2 to go. Which is very good news. He's definitely going to go past my opponent anyway, so... I think we'll see him next lap. Whoa. Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about my fuel target though. Slightly shy. Only just. We haven't actually lost time this lap, so we will continue to drain it with the fuel. No way of knowing at the moment. I mean, what's a hypercar lap in the wet? I have no idea.
All right, Frankie, 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes to go.
The class leader from our faster class is behind.
Yeah. All yours, buddy.
Clear right.
I wouldn't normally want to do that. I should stay on my line, but that's such an easy place to leave the door open. I didn't really think it was too bad to do it. It's totally down to them now. I'm trying to think, a hypercar lap is still over 2 minutes in this weather, maybe. If that's the case, right, he's about to cross the line, there's only time for him to do 2 more. But I'm at 2.1. This is uncomfortable now. This is uncomfortable. I don't know if I've got it in the car. I don't know. Assuming he runs it as deep into the race as he can. This rate, I should have just splashed and dashed because I'm going to lose so much time.
Clear right.
It's in the car. Right, I've got 2 laps and I'm across the line. But look at the gap behind. I need to be able to do the final lap. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so close. This could actually be a disaster if I'm not careful. I really thought I'd saved more than this. So
Drift is getting closer. The gap is now 9.0 seconds. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
as long as that gap's hovering, yeah, we're good.
There's a bit of drizzle starting.
To be honest, we'd have been better off if it had carried on raining. I think the stopping of rain is what's actually cost me on fuel. Yeah, that gap isn't growing. I wonder if he's in the same problem as me. Yeah. I've got a good barrier here. I just don't want to lose that time too soon. I'm going to lose it. I don't want to be a lap from the finish.
Sector 1 is clear.
Right, where's the leader?
Let's run off.
I think he's somewhere at the start line now. This will be the last lap. As long as I've got the fuel, this will be the last lap coming. Sorry to end on such a... an underwhelming drive, but this is what I've got to do now. This is what's left. Okay, based on that, I'll cross the line as I run out of fuel. What's interesting is the purple lights didn't do anything for me. Like, they give you hints as to where to fuel save. No, the leader won't add a lap. That's guaranteed. I'm so pleased with that. It just went to 0.9 now, so... Down to 6 seconds. He is still pushing.
Acknowledged. Pit request cancelled.
Save more now than if I have to floor it near the end. And I've got it. How tense is that though? Too close for comfort, this. I'm actually over shifting because I'm so much slower. I'm not in the right gear. Still 4 seconds. He's got to deal with a hypercar too. All these little details help. He's going to catch me at a different part of the track. I'm trying to roll down the hill here. Half a lap at this fuel rate means I have to be careful though, because as soon as I push, that fuel rate will multiply. So I have to not get too ahead of myself. Less than a litre left. I thought that hypercar was onto me for... Oh my god. Hey, we got there! 0.1 left.
Okay, it's over. Good drive. Okay, it's top requested.
Okay, dudes. Please don't do that. What a bell end. Oh, good race. Do something stupid like that, you end up hitting a driver who has a direct drive. Let's see where it would have run out. There, we're out. Just ran out. I could not have pushed any more than that. I wasn't being too careful. P4. What a result. Top split, guys. Outclassed by the top 3. We've got a lot to learn. I'm very happy with that. Look how many hypercars never made it, guys. 53 laps ago, down to 25 laps ago, they were falling off. How do I get to the pit? I think my car is still out there. I think it's just being left there as a statue because, you know, there's no moving it now. So that forecast was pretty accurate, look. Dry, rain, heavy rain, but then it didn't predict the rain backing off again. I'm starting to wonder, yeah, wet must be track state and then rain. I don't understand that percentage. I guess that's likelihood of rain in the air at that moment, maybe. It thinks I'm on soft because I went in requesting soft, right? So the game didn't understand that I was on wets. That's why it kept being like, box. That's probably a bug report, to be honest. Same for others, I think. But although they're DNF, so maybe they just got it wrong. All right, guys. Let's find out what that did. Please say that was worth something. That stands to be our best result so far overall. Game crash, maybe? Come on. I want to go pee. Fuck's sake. Oh, we're good. Yeah, crew ready for the stop. Prepare. We're silver. I can see it. Top right. I've got to 99% bronze twice. Finally. Finally. So we're going to make gains here if we get a chance to look. Look at this. Double up. We don't ever see a double up. Now it says 3 positions gained. I beg to differ. Maybe some cars didn't make the grid. I was definitely not 7th. I was like 10th or 13th. Oh my word. That is the biggest. We're nearly gold 3, but that's not such a big deal for us. But that has filled up. That's like 10 races worth of gain for one. Just for surviving this time. Poor pit crew. Who spent the whole race waiting for me to come and do a tyre change. We made that fuel work. I'm so pleased we actually did that. Let's have a look now. Sometimes this takes a while. Okay. Congratulations to P1. Good result. Class ahead by the looks of it. I think we were the most... We stood to gain the most in that lobby with all the misfortune. If you missed the start, I promise you, either click over to YouTube and watch the VOD, or you can catch it on here after the stream. I couldn't see for half a lap, and everyone was just like crashing left and right. It was kind of beautiful. And I couldn't see, so we just survived it somehow. What a banger. Look at that. It's about as all green as I'll get. 43%. That makes up for Monza. That cost me 30%. And I lost 10% at Sebring after that. So we got it back. Oh, what a relief. The bad news is, guys, I'm going to get shoved in top split all day long now. So I got to keep the deal up my end, you know? Woo! I would show you a replay of lap 1, but I won't have that right now. I can go dig it out with a third-party thing. So at some point, I might record that and show you it. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Best result we could have got from that race by far was P4, so nailed it. Thank you for the crew chief support once again. Appreciate it. I have a race to catch. You are correct. The WEC is actually doing this track that we've just done for real and a lot faster. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys. 2 days in a row as well, we've done that. Sometimes when I do 2 in a row, it tends to go off the boil. So 2 good races in 2 days. We'll take it. I'll probably have a rest tomorrow. Pick things up Monday, Tuesday. Because it'll be new calendar on Tuesday in both iRacing and this. I expect something. Also, we hit 150 on YouTube. Thank you. I'll set a new. I'll set a goal for 500 soon. We can keep pushing. So thanks everyone who's come over there. Really nice reactions on there lately. Thank you. All right. That's all from me. Thank you. Woo! Appreciate you guys. I'll see you later.